Now I know with their voices, Queen can be considered to have a vocal orchestra. This is kind of nuts. Seaside Rendezvous coming up next. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to PLD Projects Crown Jewels. I am your host, PLD, and it's on this podcast where I take you through every song in the Queen catalog, as well as the solo ventures. We listen to every version of every track, try to determine which version is the best version of the song, the greatest version of the song, the crown jewel version of the song to put into our ultimate playlist. We also give you some history, some notes, some quotes, and then we see if it ranks into my top 10 Queen songs of all time. We rate it on a scale of 1 to 11. All that and more. But this week, well, this week's going to be a short episode. We're doing Seaside Rendezvous. And not only is it a short song, we only have one version available to us, the album version. If this is your first time here, please click that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this track or other tracks or anything else for that matter. We have a great community. We're just trying to build it out a little bit further, and anything you can do will help me tremendously, and I'd be very, very appreciative. But right now, let's listen to Seaside Rendezvous. Click on that link below, and we'll come back and we will talk about it. I don't even know what to say about that track, really, but I absolutely love it. It feels like the band had a very, very fun time in the studio making that. It's like they kind of got had a few cold ones and said, "What can we do, and what kind of sounds can we make?" Well, at least three of them did. Surprisingly enough, there is actually no Brian May on this track. It's written by Freddie Mercury, features Freddie on lead and backing vocals, piano, jangle piano, and a vocal orchestration of woodwinds. John Deacon does play the bass guitar. Then Roger Taylor plays drums, triangle, and vocal orchestration of brass. It is a definitely return to vaudeville for Mr. Mercury. And obviously, bring back that Leroy Brown, things of that nature. He loves doing this vaudevillian kind of sound, and obviously was never performed live for obvious reasons. And there are no alternate versions, like I said before. This is it. The one quote I do have is from Freddie in 1975, talking to NME. It has a 1920s feel to it, and Roger does a tuba and clarinet on it vocally. If you see what I mean, I'm going to make him tap dance too. I'll have to buy him some Ginger Rogers tap shoes. The funniest part about it is those vocal orchestrations. I mean, it's a fun number to follow the slow burn rocker Sweet Lady with. There's some great Freddie vocals, some great Freddie choir vocals. It's only Freddie on vocals, but his harmonies are always top notch. There's a bunch of times during it where he layers himself, like doing one part on top of another part. So you have all these different counter melodies going on. It's a lot of fun, but it's really it's that middle section that's the key to this song. That's the real draw of this song. Aaron Roger, they actually, if you wouldn't know any better, you could almost believe it was actually those instruments. But then if you listen to it, like you listen knowing Roger's voice, you're like, that's obviously Roger's going to and like that's so hilarious they do it. And it sounds so good. I don't know how it sounds so good. And then of course there's the other section, the tapping section, which was done by Roger having thimbles on his fingers, clicking on the desk. That's how they recorded that. I don't know how you even start thinking about something like that. But you know what? It works. It works. It's a great fun track. And of course, it is my crown jewel as well because it is the only version. So there you go with that. So the thing we left to do, like I said, it's going to be a short episode, folks. The only thing we have left to do is rate it. All right, so to rate it, this isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea. I get it. So I would not be surprised if this is low on some people's because it's a very rock and roll band like. But if you're a Queen fan, you kind of dig it. You kind of dig these kind of moments. I mean, being a Queen fan, I do love it. But I also would not put it up in my top echelon of songs either. Not a song I go listening for unless I'm in a crazy zany mood. But I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to give it a solid 8 because it's so well done. The craftsmanship of the song, given what they were, the craziness of what they were doing with it, it's top notch. You can't argue that. It's fun. It's silly. Does exactly what it wants to do. But yeah, so 8. Not my top 10. Not going to be my top 10 of all time, but that's okay. It's definitely a fun track. All right, that's going to do it for us this week's folks. Next week is a truly epic track. It's Brian's Bohemian Rhapsody. While Bohemian Rhapsody was the big single, this was just as epic, equally as epic, and perhaps even in some ways more epic. It's a great rock, progressive rock number, completely opposite of what we're listening to with Seaside Rendezvous. I can't wait to get into it. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. That is next week. Once again, I implore you, if this is your first time, click that like, click that subscribe. And if you'd like the channel and want to support even further, patreon.com/PLD Projects of a great crew of people: Austin Goodell, Jeremiah Morris, Matthew Kearns, Brandon Buckingham, Jeff Halterman, John Latrina. Couldn't do it without you guys. I really do appreciate you. Come join us. We're a great community. Have a lot of good times, a lot of extra bonus content, a lot of hangouts, things of that nature. Yeah, just join us. Join us. And if not, I get it. I understand. You want to help us out just by clicking like, clicking that share button. Let people know about the podcast, and let them come and help join as well. That's it for this week, folks. Stay tuned. Next week, the Prophet Song. That's then. This is now. Take care, everybody. Keep yourself alive. God save the queen.